Hi, this is Mark, and I'm in front of the San Mateo County History Museum. And looks like there's a bunch of school kids hanging out on the steps. Must be going in to see the museum. It's one of the many historic things here in Redwood City. I just made that up. I'm just assuming it is. I don't know the city that well, but I teach down here once a week, and then I come down and add this reading of the Golden Present, daily inspirational readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And it's hecka bright, so my eyes are a little squinty, and it's September 13th. The topic is That's Why It's Called a Dream. Don't worry too much about dreams. If you have a dream about someone else, about his or her health, or whatever it is, it's just a warning. It need not always come true. So you can just tell the person, I feel that you should be a little more careful. There's nothing wrong in advising someone that way. Even if the dream is a false dream, he or she doesn't lose anything by being a little more careful. You are not hurting anyone. If the dream is about you and there is something that you can do to be more careful, do it. If the dream doesn't make any sense, just drop it. Not all dreams are absolute truth. Ow. Some are meaningless. The mind functions on various levels, so don't worry too much about it. You yourself will know clearly, yes, these are some of the dreams that I should pay attention to. I should be more careful. If you don't find any sense to some of the dreams, ignore them. I got some noisy vehicles this morning. Of course, I am pretty much on the street here, so they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm the one in an odd environment, I suppose. Okay, last paragraph. If God wants to speak through you in a dream, speak to you through a dream, He will give some clarity also. God will not tell you something without enabling you to understand it. If you don't really understand, you could say, God, I don't know why the dream came. If it is the one that you sent me, I don't seem to understand. Maybe tomorrow night you can clarify it. Otherwise, just drop it. Anything that you don't clearly understand, just ignore. Because a dream need not always be true. That's why it's called a dream. Well, I was thinking he was referring to dreams that we may have in the night while we're sleeping, but he doesn't specifically say that, does he? He just speaks about when we have these dreams. Could be a daydream, a night dream, I suppose. And yeah, I like that he says, give some value to it, but not overemphasize it as becoming like the most important thing that you need to focus on. I had a dream actually just a few nights ago where I was in a car and it was driving through a gallery space, and which was not the unnormal or the unusual part of the dream. That seemed to be normal for some reason in the dream. There were other cars parking, and I was going to park the car, but somehow I was just going faster rather than slowing down. And I saw that the car was heading towards the parking space and was going to hit the wall. And I don't know why I wasn't able to slow the car down, but I knew to just step out of the car as soon as it was about to make impact. So I stepped out of the car, and then the car made impact and crashed, and I was fine. Now in real life, I know that wouldn't exactly be able to happen, but it happened in my dream, and then a friend of mine came up to me to see if I was okay, and I was saying, I'm fine. I know oftentimes I used to study dreams and dream analysis just as a hobby, and I remember learning that whenever you dream of a car, this is in some references of dreams, that the car represents you. And so I did a little analyzing of that dream where I feel like maybe I'm going too fast in my creative endeavors or my business, and I need to be careful. Um, but that I might also be able to step out of the way of something that might go wrong. So just to be very careful and mindful. But also, can I avoid reaching that point where things are going too fast or too intense too quickly? And I always remember that Swami Satchidananda and the Swamis at Integral Yoga always say the best way for anything to grow is for it to grow slow and steady. And I know in myself I have this impulse for things to want to speed up and go faster, quicker. I think we all do. It's our culture. We're used to things. When the internet goes too slow, our computers are going slow, we get angry, frustrated, and antsy possibly. It's just the way we've gotten used to a certain kind of speed, which we feel like is efficiency. But back to this idea of the dream, it's the idea, again, we can get fixated on things going a certain way, going our way, but we can forget there may be some other messages to it. So take heed to it as we want, or ask for more guidance around it. And there is probably something there. There's something swimming around in that part of our subconscious mind, or even wanting to come forward from the unconscious mind. And when we can quiet the mind a little bit, some of that can come forward, and it'll kind of iron out to reveal itself what it is. Other times it might get mixed in and tangled with the distractions of our life. So there might be a key message, but because of a movie we saw or a story a friend told us, it gets a little intertwined, but there's a reason even for that. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to move out of the sun now and see you tomorrow.